we're continuing our series on the different G-free grains this week, and Teff is one of the tiniest seed grains. It's gluten-free, as I say. It's full of vital nutrients and minerals. It's from Ethiopia, essentially. It comes in ivory and dark. It's been around for centuries. But you know what? It's only lately that it's come back into fashion in the North American diet and across Europe as well, due to the rise in celiac disease, gluten intolerance, and also that never-ending quest, if you like, for healthy, tasty, G-free grains. And we mentioned calcium a little bit earlier on. Teff is a great source of calcium and iron and protein and fibre and B vitamins. It's apparently a good source for diabetics as well. And just ahead of our couple of chats, this from foodsforbetterhealth.com, where 4 is the digit 4. When cooking teff, add half a cup of teff grain to 2 cups of water with a pinch of salt. Bring to a boil, simmer in a covered pot for 15 to 20 minutes or until the water is absorbed. Stir and let stand uncovered for 5 minutes. It sounds a little bit like the kind of quinoa cooking process, doesn't it? Or cook teff as a breakfast cereal. It's got a nutty taste, often also makes it great for baking cookies, muffins and pancakes and so on. Enough from me. Let's hear from a couple of teff companies. First of all, to buy a Teff's, Sophia has been telling me a bit more about this ancient grain.
Teff is one of the smallest grain on earth. It's the smallest actually, as you can see it in here as well. And it's a gluten and sugar-free grain. But apart from being gluten and sugar-free, it has got, the iron content is extremely high. It's a substitute for folic acid for pregnant ladies, as well as for athletes. The iron is extremely high in it, and it contains 17 times the calcium of any other grain. So the nutritional value, the nutritional benefit from the teff is more than being a gluten-free only.
It sounds almost like a kind of superfood, and looking at the grain here, is this how it grows in the wild?
This is how it grows, that is before harvesting.
So it's like a corn or a barley, but it looks more like a grass.
It's more like a grass, it does actually. And then once it is harvested, the grain, as you can see, is the smallest grain, and that is very difficult to hunt. And that obviously, the nutrients value is intact because it's very difficult to hunt.
And it's not new, is it? This hasn't been developed. It's not some kind of GM product.
No, it's new to the Western Hemisphere. But in the eastern part of Africa, it's been consumed for the last thousands and thousands of years. So it's not exactly new to the planet Earth, but it is new to this part of the world, yes it is.
And do you know what? I was speaking to a baker at one of the other stalls a bit earlier on. I said I was coming to see you, and I said that when I've had teff muffins in the past, the taste is really quite extraordinary in a really good way, because it's a little bit different.
Yes.
And she hadn't heard about it, so is it a bit difficult trying to get the word out to bakers and other producers? Hey, why do you use teff?
Well, teff, you can use it not only for muffins, we use it for bread, for cakes, for cookies. As I said, because it's relatively new, about 3 or 4 years ago, if you say teff, nobody will know what you're talking about. But now at least we're getting there. People are getting more, be aware of it. Once they know what they use it for, we have as well bakeries who buy it from us. And then you can, but the reason is, it's the bread that I use, I don't mix it with any other things. There are other people who mix it with potato starch or any other, but we want to bring it as it is because of the nutritional value. And that is, it's like a rye bread. It's like a sour bread. But with muffins, it's, if you sweeten it, obviously it's very very tasty, but we want to avoid any kind of sweet.
And what properties does it have? Does it react in the same way in the cooking process?
It doesn't exactly react in the cooking. It doesn't really change, apart from its color, which is any gluten-free product changes color once it's cooked. It doesn't really change anything at all.
Okay, and you can make anything that you would, breaks, cakes, biscuits, that kind of thing?
We make biscuits out of it, bread, cakes, pancakes, name it. And as you can see as well, cereals are now on the new products.
So tell me about the reaction at the stall today, because you're selling the cereal, which is a little bit like a kind of a puffed rice or a Rice Krispie kind of thing. It's that kind of size and shape and that kind of flavour.
Yes, one of them is a puffed teff, which is just the grain surface puff. The other one, what we call it Teffios, is similar like any ordinary, like Cheerios, like any ordinary, with the exception, of course, this is purely the Teff ones. And the reaction today from, obviously, it is the right place. It's a gluten-free from market, and most of the people who are coming is specifically targeting the free from market. So it's a very positive, feedback that we have. 8 out of 10 they have tested it, and most of them they are buying it as well. But 8 out of 10 they test it, and some of them, as you said, they are new. They're asking what is Teff, where does it come from? But they seem to like it as well.
Okay, and as I say, the kind of the puffed Teff. I've got to get my mouth around it. The puffed Teff as well is something that perhaps you can add to your own homemade muesli, isn't it?
You can make it your own homemade muesli, or you can make it like a chocolate bar or flapjack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it, providing it's with pure honey. You can use that one, or we can use it as well with dry fruit as a cereal on its own.
And what about things like pastries or sponges?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can, no problem. But for us, providing, remember, it's a gluten-free product, so you have to use most probably with the bread like tapioca or zantangam, because in the absence of gluten, you need a binding agent. That is the only difference. But it does. If you go to our website, the website has got a list of recipes which we use it ourselves, and it's quite starting from muffins, cakes, cookies, biscuits, name it. You can do it.
So if people want to experiment a little bit, I really recommend have a look at this and give it a little test. What about your business? I mean, you seem to be the only people that I've ever come across who are importing this. So
no, in actual fact, we are the only one who are providing Teff only business. But there are other companies as well who do, specialize with gluten-free product. They do, stock Teff as well. But as such, specializing on Teff only, we are the only one, yes. Well, we seem to get, as I said, 3-4 years ago, it was unknown. But now we're getting there. NHS is taking it on prescription. Some children's hospital as well, they are taking it now. So we're there. We're getting there.
That's Sophia from Tobiah Teff. You can follow her on Twitter at Tobiah, Tobia, Teff, Teff. And also, let's hear from Jorge from the Amazing Grain Company, who cook biscuits or cookies with Teff.
We've been working really hard trying to develop a new product, something completely different in the market. It has been a tough year with loads of money spent in getting the products, getting ready for this trade show. Hopefully we'll get good feedback, and feedback has been absolutely amazing. Loads of contacts, people is like mad buying the products, and like I said before, it has been really tough year. People are still buying some of the main brands that I don't think they are a great taste, because it's all about marketing. We are a small company, we are in this business for the last year, and hopefully we'll get paid in the next couple of years.
What is the feedback then? Because sometimes people go, Teff, what's Teff? I don't know Teff, well, I like it.
Correct, it's one of the products that people is not well known about the Teff. Teff is a cereal that it grows in Ethiopia, and it's 4 times more proteins, fiber, magnesium and calcium than any other cereal in the world, but it's the smallest, so it's really hard to work with. So to get this consistency and this taste and this crunchy and softness, it has been really tough. But the best thing is every single person that tries the product, because it's amazing. It's amazing. I said, guys, look at the name of the company. It's Amazing Grain. And everybody says, you couldn't pick a better name. And the feedback has been absolutely very good. People taking 6-7 single biscuits. They don't want to spend the money, which is understandable, right? And then you have the same people coming back again for my daughter, for my niece, but you're not free from allergies, so you don't expect everybody to spend the money. It has been a big effort from us. We come from Northern Ireland, and we manufacture the products in Spain, and we also look after some of the brands, Spanish companies in UK. And it's all the time traveling and developing products and talk to the manufacturers and tell them, we need to change this one, we need to take this thing out, we need to add this one, we need to work with less cheese, we need to take some of the products out. They listen, and hopefully it will pay off.
Jorge from the Amazing Grain Company.